How the Tatарstан company Technocracy creates digital products and electronics for the largest corporations. Hi, we are the founders of the company Technocracy, Bulat Ganiyev and Artur Bashirov. Our company started 4 years ago when we together decided to merge our businesses into one company, and it resulted in the company Technocracy, and we've been one of the fastest growing company. When we started with just 12 people, and now we have more than 100 people, employees. And if we speak about our profits and remunerations for these 4 years, we've increased our revenues more than 10 times, or even 20 times. We've grown 20 times for the 4 years, and financial results are, of course, also very interesting, but the main resource is people and the team. There were very few of us at the start, and we contributed too much efforts to gather this strong team. And in our region, we are the strongest team in the way of mobile design. And according to the rankings, one of the strongest companies in Russia, according to different rankings, we rank 25th. Well, we will see how it will go on. It is our office. We have divided our zones. It is Ikar, the Greek mythological god Ikar. When during negotiations we discuss ambitious ideas, we are as strong as Ikar. It is our hero who overcomes his ambitions. Here we have the zone of managers where they work. This zone is called Prometheus. Prometheus, who gives fire to people. Technocracy now functions as a group of companies, Technocracy, and our group of companies includes the very Technocracy as the mother company, and it deals with the digital product designing, mobile applications, web services. It is what any person faces every day when working in the digital media. Our customers are not just customers for us, but partners. And as a team that helps our customers implement their digital transformation within their companies, we start our process with consulting. We help our clients build up the processes in introducing the digital solutions and initiation of such solutions, and then introducing such solutions. And among such clients, we have Sibur, Alpha Bank company, Yandex, Sibur, Gazprom, and others. We try to work with large B2Bs, and we help to create digital solutions for thousands of users, and we are very proud of each of our decisions. And we can't say about the largest projects, but at least people who watch this interview use at least 2 of our applications, our apps, and reflecting the topic why we've been developing so fast. We had some Kazan competitors who started together with us at the same time, but we were moving ahead. We should understand there is a trend. When IT used to be something strange, now all the companies are IT in this or that way. Tinkoff said that there would be banks without physical departments, and now bank is a mobile app. Then there were telecoms, IT companies, and now any business should be a little bit IT business. From the point of processing and working with informative services, there is the potential of efficiency increasing. There is an efficient logistics, trades, price formation, and no wonder our clients industrial companies as well. They are not IT companies, but there is a share of IT and there is the potential for IT in any company. And if you speak about digital transformation, we are one of the companies who are at the edge of the wave crest. And we've made our cases and the name for ourselves that we help non-digital companies become digital. It is one of our missions. We are kind of pathfinders, conductors that pull the companies from the past into the future, even those who do not want it at all. We help to compete for the future. It is our slogan, competing for future. Then we go to the zone of the quest, the zone for mobile designers. There are quite few people. We belong online from work, and if you speak simply, our mission is maybe loose. Sounds like a sect, but we serve for the technological progress. We have a map. There is a person on the picture that shows the one who has overcome his own forces. A person, a man. What makes a man, we try to get back to nature. Well, so the person created fire, then he created transistors, steam turbine, and so on. There are certain things that a person improves from all the time. And in our credo, we fixed that maybe 100 years later we will be the company of pharmaceutics or some technology that hasn't been invented yet. We understand that it is important to do that, and we have audit companies that resist this process. There were technical revolution in England, and people broke the equipment and machines because they thought that it was the devil's work. And now we have different offices where people teach how to live others. There are people with primitive intellect that try to fight against everything they do not accept. And we have to fight for progress. Otherwise, we will turn to the great periods in Greece or in ancient Rome, and it is really difficult to pull yourself out of dark times. And we are adepts of technological progress in favor of people, and that is our mission. Hi, my name is Anatoly Kiashka. I'm a commercial director of Robots Can Dream. Welcome to our office. Robots Can Dream designs the devices from idea to production line. We have different devices designed, gadgets, autonomous, portable. We design drones, robots, medical devices, everything you can see in the shops of electronics. Here we have equipment for fast prototyping. That is the device that allows doctors to examine patients and diagnose them distantly. It is the clever medical kit. There are lamps that help disinfect surfaces. The lamp lights on a pin pad, and if a person touches it, it is safe for him. Bacteria are not left on pin pad if it is lighted with this lamp. There are no anything similar in the world. We do the molding forms, and work with China, Europe, America, the US, and give them larger orders. It is our headquarters in Kazan. We also have an office and lab in San Diego in the US and representative office in Shenzhen. We also design different devices for state sector. That is the device for voting, which is hidden in the table. Well, so just to make you understand the scale of our work, it is milled at the computer, modeled, prototyped, and then assembled. Here we see Raman. He's our leading designer of systems and construction devices. Now he is doing one of the forms to the lamp that we have already seen. Here is very modest equipment, nothing really special. In the lab in the US, the equipment is much more expensive, industrialized. But for quick concepts, we do not need anything more. That is a robot, doorman robot that we brought from China, and we want to assemble such robots to help elderly people. They are ready. These robots can do quite many things. They can serve as a personnel in the hotels, help elderly and unhealthy people. There was an American project. You can hide keys there, and the person enters. He gets a password to open it and put the perquisites into the boot of the car. We do a device for industry. It is thermometer sensor for security. That is our art director in Technocracy. We have a spare time and we like to reconstruct the old gadgets. For example, this old drone made in 1990. It never flew, and our task is to launch it to fly one again. And we have been repairing the engine now, and when it gets back, I hope that it will fly again. We can't find the construction documentation for this device. That is why we prepare everything on the spot. And the main idea is to fight against it. And it has a parachute in the tail. It is of many time use, but it is made of plastics and aluminum. Prototype is just an event that is directed at initiation of possible ideas and solutions in a short period of time, within just overnight. The team needs a case and invent a solution, think of a solution, but sometimes we do not have ideas for commercialization, but actually it is an event that allows the team to feel, to touch some new technology, to work in an unusual media. It is the events that are aimed at communication or improving on learning, on education. I think that we haven't had any commercial project but we could try any technology from scratch. Maybe, for example, neural networks. Another one was on data science. It is clear that technologies have conservative technologies and those who are interesting for Elon Musk. And when you design quite a number of technologies, they are conservative. You understand that you need to make an app in the system. It is something very simple. It is just business cases, and there are technologies like working with data, face recognition, or deep learning, which is just on hype now. And we create a media where we can devote one day to one topic, and it really stimulates everyone. As it is one thing to work over clear tasks when you have a lot of methodological recommendations and where you can use someone else's experience, but when you have some tasks which are above your abilities and you challenge yourself and try to do something that has never been done before, or we always try to find technologies or tasks or projects where people can uncover their creative potential and find themselves.
And it's very important to give such tasks so people could challenge themselves and find new about themselves. And hackathon, that's one of the tasks for hackathon. To develop this, but not to get any ready solution. Any project goes through different stages. At the initial stage, when you understand what is this idea about, what does it deal with. The next stage, when you analyze the financial model, when we need to understand, when we prove those hypotheses, if this idea is worth being implemented. And at the final stage, we implement this project, but we always have to assess the risks, and of course you do everything you can to make your project successful. There are certain factors that you can influence, but there are some factors that unfortunately you cannot have an impact on. So after that final stage, we select those projects that we leave for us, for ourselves. So on the one hand, we help the companies to find new markets, develop new scenarios, how to implement projects, but at the same time, inside our company, we have to do the same thing to develop our company, because our field is changing even faster. We reinvest half of our profits. When we start working with some new project, we understand that we probably will lose 80% of money invested. But at the same time, we understand we have to do experiments, as many experiments as possible, and we don't think that many of our competitors ask, how do you find your customers? And we think that it's not that hard, because demand for IT solutions is much higher in the field, so it's not that difficult. We have our own labs, we have developers, so our customers got into a certain school, then they got to our company, and as we already said, we are kind of a sect, and in the end our customers receive this credo, but you have to deserve it before you get it. Not all project gets it. Everyone that gets into our lab, we start filling in an individual map of knowledge when we assess everyone, and everyone gets an development plant, an independent development plant. Describe all the tasks for him, and we have certain methods we apply. not only considering those people who work at our labs, but in company in general. Every employee understands what he or she has to do to go on another higher level in the company. I guess that HR policy in our company is quite effective. Probably it's not very modest to say that, but this is actually true. We have our own technologies, and we have a number of people. We invest in those people, and those people help us to develop our company. And as we sell intellectual products, we need truly talented employees. And another important thing is to build up interaction between those people. And we made a lot of efforts to achieve that, but we are quite satisfied with the result. But sometimes we think like, oh, that's how we could make it better. But at the same time, I should say that at the moment, we have a development managing team. There are like 6 top managers in the company, and they are responsible for a certain direction in the company. Finances, human resources, some executive functions, and so on. So we have this top managers committee, and this year we observe 2 times growth in the company. As for us, we manage the company for 3 or 5 years. Our office is in the building which is called Mikhailovsky Passage. It was built in the 19th century. First, we occupied one of the floors, then another floor, and then another floor again. And now we occupied, like a month ago, we occupied even one of the floors in the neighboring building. So you can see how we expand. That's the 2nd floor. These are the guys who are developing content and so on. Here, that's kind of a relaxing zone where people can just relax or even get some sleep. That's what our employees made by themselves. It looks really cool. The mother company has 100 people working for it. All of them are quite young, 25, 27 years old. That's the average age. We should admit that our field is a young field itself, so no wonder why our team is so young. How do we find the employees? Well, we have a certain set of criteria. And normally they are not related to some academic knowledge, but we are seeking for certain potential, so we can understand that we can help this person to develop himself. When we see that this person wants to study something, wants to develop in the field, of course we have a certain filter. We filter people, we have certain requirements, but we are always ready to create opportunities for those people who want it. I remember that you published a really great post not so long time ago. Could you tell more? If we try to analyze what are the differences between our company and the other companies, and I'm not kidding when I say that our company looks a bit like a sect. If we discuss the meaning of the name, the meaning of the word that we chose as the name of our company, Technocracy, which is Technocracy, I think it's we're not trying to make it a very philosophical name, but that's kind of the reason how we search for people, and those people look for other people who become employees of our company. But actually, that's the way how we cultivate professionals in the field. We never say that our customers are the major thing for us. Of course they are important, but this is not the most important element of our work. The most important thing is to have an opportunity for self-development in the field. That's how we cultivate our values, and it lets us filter people who work done in our company. Yes, of course, when a person gets to our environment, he understands what values we have in the company, and if this person does not agree with our values, doesn't share our values, then this person will leave for sure. We have a certain principle. You gotta do your work better than anybody in the world. If you don't want to do your best, then don't do it at all. That's quite a strict requirement, but with time we have seen that this approach works properly, and now we have those people who work for us and who are making great contribution and help us to provide very high quality. The requirements can be pretty high and pretty strict. But they are understandable, reasonable. So we have already showed you one of the rooms, e-car rooms, and this one is Creators room. You probably know this computer game, so that's why it's a computer game room.
Sometimes we give lectures here, some small lectures. Here we have the Finnish school, a cycle of lectures about management, devoted to the management. And generally in the company we hold a lot of events where people come and tell interesting things. It is not obligatory connected with our industry. There's lectures devoted to other things about health, about sports, about how to choose wine, about how they came to different places, how to travel. We try everyone to develop our team, and we have also English classes for each employee that we have every day, because it is very convenient. Here we have a lot of interesting tasks, many interesting people. We do not have the task to find ourselves locally, as it is better there or they are there. Well, so of course everywhere is a good place to live and develop for people, for designers, for the team, and it is our aim to find and create the tasks and work on such a projects so that people found the interest here and didn't think of leaving the company. And in connection with the last events, we understand that we can work from home distantly, and our employees may choose to work from home, or they like our office and spend time here with pleasure. And we have to create conditions so that anyone feel really comfortable at work. And as for the location, either in Silicon Valley or in other regions, there are places where you may feel really good. But I think we have all the chances to create qualitative conditions to engage and to get the interest in our company. And maybe you've heard that people leave Silicon Valley and there are free vacancies, and maybe we will make the difference and everyone will hear about us. And we had joint projects, and I think we will have the joint project. We have a lot of partners there and investors for some projects. And we do interact, but we do not focus on it. First of all, I'd like to add that we have an office in San Diego, California. Well, actually, also, we are in the Silicon Valley, just 200 kilometers from San Francisco, where is San Diego. We have an office there, but it is an engineering center that functions in California. We are presented there, and I will support Artur, agree with him, and it doesn't matter where you are born. If you read biographies of favorite entrepreneurs, maybe Ford, Rockefeller, or Steve Jobs, they didn't care. These people are real giants, but they didn't chase some ideas. They are about building their worlds, but they created their worlds and the empires. And they created their companies from scratch. And if you feel that you have this potential in Russia, there are a lot of guys who need something, and the economy from the position of development. Well, when you start from scratch and there is some disbalance, and you have to equalize this disbalance and to reach something and to reach the top. Well, we are talking about opportunities in Russia, and and problems that we have to solve, how to create working places, how to build business. Well, so why then, if you create comfortable media here, and comfortable atmosphere, why leave? Well, of course, you always have a choice. You may analyze the systems where you can work and find the most comfortable for yourself, or you may create your own system. Create the system with your own values and attract those people who share these values. And it is really more interesting for us to create the Silicon Valley here rather than to move there. It is the peculiarity of our mentality, our region, and there are so many interesting tasks here, and at least people have a great potential here. There are so many talented guys here. Many live not just because they live, but because there are so many of them here. But our task is to create conditions for them to stay here and not look for perspectives over the horizons. There was some research, and the sense of which was that many people emigrate, move to other countries because there are no proposals at the working market, labor market. People do not work, don't run away because they do not like the regime. But if there is no proposal, if no one offers you a good job, that helps develop, and then the specialist leaves. And when in Kazan we are so highly developed in the sphere of IT, and there are so many companies that offer cool job, and there are people who understand that it is really interesting to boil in this broth. And we should note that if you speak about Kazan, where you live, and I think that it is a very comfortable city for living. There is good support to entrepreneurs and our industry as well. That is why we have an opportunity to use all these possibilities, and there is a good IT culture, starting from Nikiforov in Innopolis, IT Park, a startup movement, where Ayrat Khairulin has come and opened up the second life for everyone, and you just have to pick it up. And we are not the only one who need this. It is just the system that helps us and inspires us, creates the media that helps us avoid even thinking of immigration and moving to another country.